Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to GTA Online. And today we are gonna be taking our next step in this brand new DLC, the Money Fronts DLC. We have already completed the businesses part of whatever they gave us. It's a bit weird how those businesses operated. If you haven't seen my videos on those, you can check it out. But today we are going to be checking out the new vehicles, and we will begin with legendary mode of sport. I guess it's the most exciting of all the options. Now, I was thinking about doing just the one vehicle, but I think I might just do two vehicles in this video because there's quite a bit. Plus, not to mention, there's also the drip feed vehicles that will be coming out. But yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna be buying two for this video. So we're gonna be doing specifically this one right here. I suppose we might as well buy it immediately. Get it in the color it is in. Order. I am in my casino, so I guess, bring it to the casino penthouse. This is the Rapid GTX. Not too sure what it is based off of. I could probably just put the text on screen, or it might even be in the title of the video if you're wondering what the real life version of this car is based off of. And up next we have the Sentinel GTS. Now, I think this car is the yellow car that was in the car wash that guy owned. I think, not 100% sure, but it's most certainly a BMW, I believe. Oh, there is a trade price. Would be nice to have that, but I don't have time for that right now. So we're just gonna pay the maximum price for $2.1 million. Yeah, bring it to the penthouse again. Whatever car it's based off of, I'll just throw up a text on screen that you guys can see. But yeah, those are the two vehicles we are gonna be checking out, and yep. We will customize and see if it is worth your pennies for those of you who aren't anywhere near as hardcore players of the game. So yeah, I'll make my way to the garage and we'll begin checking out one of these two vehicles. Alrighty, on the way there I figured, you know what, why not make a stop on the Lucky Wheel? Let's see, what are the chances we get the special vehicle for this week? Oh, bro, that's the second time. The second time we've gotten literally just next to it. Anyway, let me go back to the. Let's continue on to the garage, and we'll begin with those vehicles. Okay, so here we are in the penthouse garage. I guess let us begin with the one I'm probably looking forward to the most, which will be this one here, the BMW looking one. Ooh, that sounds aggressive. Let's take it outside. Alrighty, so the stock version of the Sentinel GTS, it is looking beautiful. I guess let's get some stock sound tests and see how it be sounding. Okay, so that was some beautiful sound test. This thing sounds like a menace. It is a sports car as well, by the way, so in case you were wondering. But here we are in my auto shop. I think it's only fitting that we always customize cars here. But anyway, let us see what we are working with. We have armor upgrade, of course. Brakes upgrade, of course. The bumpers. Now let us see. Well, ooh, not many options here. Oh, that removes stuff. That barely changes anything. I guess the last one is the coolest looking one, so we'll go with that. Rear bumpers. What are we working with here? What's the difference there? Oh, it changes the fins. Carbon street tuner with fins. What fins are those? Oh, just on the side. Large fins. Okay. And some extra little bits and bobs in the back. I think this might be the one to go for here. I don't really like the extra fins on the back. I think that's more something you put in the front. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go for this one. This one seems okay. Engine, of course, max it out. The exhaust, most of them are the same. I guess just go for this one because of the name. Very interesting name. Most of them are pretty much the same. Fenders, is there like some kind of... This looks like a car that could have a wide body. Let's see. Okay, that's a disappointing start. Some vents. Oh, you can just make it clean. A weird looking vent and whatever this is. Okay, very disappointing with the fenders. I don't really know what to go with here. What looks the coolest? I think this one might be the coolest. Yeah, I think I'll go with that. The grill. This is very interesting. Carbon straight grill. I kinda like that one. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that one. It kinda gives that classic BMW look. The hood. Of course, it's mostly just a bunch of ventilations. Oh, that is insane. That is a race build if I've ever seen one. I'm probably thinking this one because I don't want to go too crazy with it. Yeah, I think I'll probably go with that one. Yeah, I'll go with that one. What was it? The tuner hood. Horn, not gonna change. Lights. Are these like? What color are these lights? Are they white or are they thingy? Because I might just leave the lights as is. Neons I might come back to. We don't know yet. Liveries. What do we got? Do we have any iconic liveries that they will be granting us? Okay, no iconic liveries, at least none that I could recognize. Not really much that's look appealing. This one looks kind of cool, but I might have to come back to that. Let's see what color fits the best. Keep those stock. Plate, go with the black. The respray, now this is where it's gonna take some time, so I'm gonna have to cycle through these paint options and get back to you guys in a second. Okay, I have decided to go with a nice clean looking white. I figured I'd go with the white. It looked the best because we have so many carbon like little side pieces to it, kind of made sense. The secondary color I chose red. The only thing the secondary color actually changed was the brake pads or the brake pieces you can see on the wheel layer. They are red, and for the trim in the inside I just kind of kept it black. Did not put the crew emblem, of course I'm repping the IGN. But moving on, roll cages. I'm not really much of a fan of roll cages, to be honest, but Yeah, it kind of just makes the car look insanely, like it kind of just takes away from the look of the car. So I don't think I'm gonna go with anything. I'll probably just put some seats. Yeah, I'll probably just put the seats on. Roof. We can make it primary. I kind of like it black though, so I might just keep that black. Bit of an indentation there. Clean with a spoiler. Oh, that doesn't actually look all that great. Tuner scoop. Ooh, could do it for the old time's sake. What in the world? Why is that an option? Please. Ooh, a roof box. The roof box actually doesn't look too bad. I'm thinking more of a simple design. The roof scoop looks pretty cool. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for probably this one. Yeah, it looks pretty dope. The skirts, I can barely see them, but I guess we go with the craziest one. Spoiler. Now, I'm going on a limb here that there is no crazy spoilers on this car. It doesn't seem like the type. You can carbon the trunk, which is not that ideal. Well, it does kind of have a bit of large large spoilers. But if I'm being honest, I don't think these large spoilers actually suit this car, if I'm being honest. Yeah, so I'm actually gonna go for this kind of like ducktail looking thing. It's called STD Division Spoiler. Do not ask me why it's called that. I have no idea. Um, Sunstrip. I don't think I'm gonna put that on. Am I? No, I'm definitely not putting those on. I'm not a fan of that. Suspension, we can drop it down. Transmission, the turbo, of course, and the wheels. Do I want to change the wheels? I don't think I do, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I definitely think I'm gonna leave the wheels as is. I kind of like these. And finally the windows. Just go with a dark, I guess. Yeah, just go with a dark, and that will conclude it. Well, actually, I guess, yeah, I'm definitely not gonna put any neons in, and the livery. I don't think any livery kind of fits this thingy. I could maybe put this one on and change the secondary color to pink. Ooh, would that be okay? I don't know. Or maybe, oh, actually, this one isn't too bad either. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna leave it without delivery, and no neon lights either. Alrighty, it has turned nighttime. Let us get the upgraded sound test to see how this bad boy is sounding. So here we go. Alrighty, she sounds pretty beastly. It handles a bit weird. Let me just get it repaired and we'll give it the final send-off. Alrighty, here we are in the spid knot right here. Let's get him up in the spot for the showcase, the final little showcase. There we go, there we go, there we go. Kind of get it perfect. There we go. Overall, I would say this car is pretty cool. Not as much crazy customizations as I would have expected, but I mean, it is what it is. How do we get this thing opened up? Boom, like that. Turn the engine on. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, pretty cool looking interior engine there. We got back seats. We got the trunk with a decent amount of space in it. Yeah, I would say this is a pretty cool car. Not really a waste of money. I would definitely recommend getting the trade price for those of you guys who are buying it. It does seem to be related with one thing I didn't check out in this DLC just yet, which is this thing right here, the Quickie Farm, whatever that is. I'll have to check that out probably in my spare time. I don't think I'll do a video on that, but yeah. I guess let us move on to the other car and put this one back in the garage. Alrighty, back at the casino penthouse garage, and we are moving on to car number 2. Based off of initial looks, I'm guessing this is some sort of Aston Martin, also based off of the logo on the back. Obviously in post editing I would have added what car, I would have wrote a text on screen, you guys would see what car it is, but from my current recording, as I'm recording live, I'm just going with a wild guess here. Alrighty, so of course let's begin with the stock sound test. Let's hear what this bad boy sounds like stock, and then we'll make our way to the auto shop. Alrighty, so sounds, I definitely think it sounds better than the BMW earlier. This is also a sports car as well, or sports class car. Let us see. Maybe it has more customization, or maybe better customization than BMW, who knows. Let's begin with the armor, the brakes, the engine, and our first custom piece is the exhaust. Let's see, we got a dual setup in the center there. Can barely see it with that smoke. That doesn't look too bad. Or a triple exhaust. You know what? I'm gonna go with probably the hexagon exhaust. Bit of a more futuristic type look. The grill. This grill is really weird looking. I don't really know. I don't even know what I'm looking at here. I guess if we want to go with traditional Aston Martin, you might go with something like this. Yeah, I think that suits it. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. The horizontal and vertical. The hood, as per usual, it's mostly just ventilation. This one looks pretty okay. Yeah, I think I'll go with that, the expensive one down here. Horn will remain the same. The lights will probably remain the same. Definitely probably won't put a neon on this. Ooh, maybe we can get a livery going. I don't know. Liveries, let's see, stripes. Oh, that's I don't know how I feel about that one. Racing, typical racing stuff. What in the world is that? Oh, that's just a random bunch of colors put together. Another racing one, and military looking one. Okay, nothing that seems super interesting. I might most likely just go with one of those stripes, but we'll come back to it. Mirrors. Oh, the mirrors are kind of interesting. Uh, Definitely, I want to keep the futuristic type look. This is a weird looking mirror. I don't know. I kind of like the basic one, to be honest. Uh, yeah, I'm just gonna go with a primary paint on the basic one. The plate, I'll go stick with the yellow on black. Diffuser, rear diffuser. You could have it painted. An additional piece down there. I don't usually like those, but I don't know. Maybe we might go with it. A trimmed diffuser. Okay, I see what's going on. Do I want to put this weird looking thing down there, man? I'm not usually a fan of these, but no, I think I'm probably just gonna go with this, to be honest. I don't know about you guys, but whenever I see cars that have these things hanging off of the back, it just looks weird, man. I'm not a super fan. I'm not really much of a fan of it, to be honest. Like it just looks so out of place. Like look at it, bro. Look at it from this angle. It just looks like a piece of metal stuck there. Like I don't know. I'm gonna go with this one. The respray. Okay, of course. Like I said, let me go through these colors, and I'll have to come back to you guys with my decision. Okay, I have decided to go with orange on the primary color, even though I don't know for you guys how it's looking in the video, but to me this looks yellow. Secondary color, I went with white. It only changed a little trim on the back here, and it kind of matches a bit with how the back looks and with the wheels, which I probably will change. And trim color is black as usual. Roll cage, definitely not gonna do that. The skirts, doesn't seem like anything too crazy. Having it painted doesn't actually look too bad. Stock with the trim isn't bad either. I think this might be the way to go. Or should I go with like the white trim so it kind of matches? Yeah, I'll go with the white trim so it kind of matches all around. The splitters, not all that great options if I'm being honest. I guess probably with the trim again to get it looking good all around. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna go with like this basic one, to be honest. Yeah, I'll go with like that basic one. The spoiler, would this look, I think this could look okay with a big spoiler on it. Not that many options. Okay. Competition wing, that is just too ridiculous. Definitely not picking that one. And this is just way past ridiculous, so we're not picking that one either. I think this one fits it the most, I would say. So yeah, let's go with that one. Sun strip, I don't think I'm gonna go with that. I don't usually go with those. Suspension, drop it down a bit. Transmission, the turbo, I was gonna say wheels, but we still have vents option. Vents on the side. Oh, you could kind of put the logo on there. Yeah, I guess why not? I'll go with the plastic one just to get a bit of an accent to it. The wheels, okay, I'm definitely changing the wheels. I'm gonna have to go through the options here, and I'll be back again with you guys, kind of like with the paint. Okay, went with the synthetic Z concave in the street section. I'd say that looks pretty okay. The color, oh, it's actually chrome by default. The color changes the What does it change? It changes like the dish of the rim, not the actual rim itself, which is kind of weird. I guess I'll probably leave it black, I suppose. Or do we want to make it silver? Can we make it chrome? Wait, is there hang on, is there an option to make it chrome? Oh, there is no option to make it chrome. Okay, I guess let's just keep it black then. Design, not really a fan. Put the bulletproof. Not gonna change the smoke. And finally the windows to the walls. We're gonna go with a light smoke. And that should conclude it. I'm definitely not gonna put any neons. And ooh, the livery. I think the black livery probably is the way to go, or is it, or actually maybe the white, because we have the white accents all over. Yeah, I'm gonna put the white one on. There is this one, but I'm gonna just keep it basic. This one doesn't look too bad either, but yeah, again, I'm sticking with the white. Let us take her out and see what she's like. Alrighty, it is raining IRL for me right now. Hopefully my microphone isn't distorted, but moving on. We're almost done with the video anyways. Let us do our sound test and see what this bad boy sounds like. Alrighty, she is a beast. Let us put her in the spot to get the final look. And bro, why can it not get up there? Can you get up there without being damaged? There you go, there you go. Oh, almost hit the post. Get in the center right there and boom. Let us get that final masterpiece of a look. Open up all the doors. Turn on the engine and let us see what it is looking like. It surprisingly doesn't have a front open area. What's in the back? Back is space. Wow, can the front really not open? That is a bit odd, but okay. Pretty cool, pretty cool. I definitely think between the two cars, I surprisingly think I like this one a bit more. Sounds a bit cooler. I think the other one might win on looks just by a bit, but overall I think if I were to pick one of the two, I would say this one might be the one I would go with. But yeah, that will do it for these cars, ladies and gentlemen. Let me make my way to a certain spot and we'll finalize the video and close it off. Alrighty guys, let us conclude the video here. Hopefully you enjoyed this little customization and review of two of the new cars. I probably will have at least one more video checking out two other cars. I don't know which ones they'll be, but I'll figure it out eventually. As per usual, even though I've only ever done this type of video once before, I will be given the Red Glow Joker seal of approval. Starting with the Sentinel GTS, I will be safe to say and give you guys my solid review and say this car is approved to be a solid 7.5 out of 10. It is a pretty cool looking car. It's not as fast as I thought it would be. I actually think this one might be a bit faster. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's not the greatest. I was expecting a bit more with the customization, but overall pretty okay car. And up next for the Rapid GT X. I don't know why there's a space and then the X, but yeah. Pretty cool car as well. My official Red Glow Joker seal of approval. I'll give this bad boy a solid 8 out of 10. It is most certainly my favorite of the two. Only by a little bit though, not by much. It definitely looks a bit cooler, and I definitely prefer driving this. It drives a bit better than this one. This one just feels a bit heavy, whereas this one is a bit more nimble. They're both sports car, like I mentioned as well. They're not different classes. The stats are fairly similar, I think. Weirdly enough, it says this one has tiny better traction, which I find that hard to believe, but okay. But yeah, that will do it for this video. Hopefully those of you who are watching my channel enjoy this video. Make sure if you are new around here, you hit that subscribe button. I trust. You have to trust in the process, guys. This YouTube channel will skyrocket one day with my future upgrades and whatnot, and we will have a good time. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys in my next upload, and goodbye.